Emma's Christmas revenge, the last wish. Christmas morning had come and gone, and once again, Emma didn't get what she truly wanted. It was the same disappointment every year. She'd been asking for one thing, a pony. Just one little pony. Was it really too much to ask? Her parents seemed to think so. They always rolled their eyes or laughed when she brought it up. This year was no different. Instead of the beautiful, real-life pony she dreamed of, she got another set of plastic toy ponies. Emma stared at the cheap, colorful figurines. They seemed to mock her, their painted smiles a cruel reminder of what she didn't have. It felt like a slap in the face. She could almost hear her parents snickering behind her back. Pleased with themselves for giving her another silly gift, her father unwrapped his new laptop, grinning ear to ear. Her mother was busy admiring the fancy new electric mixer she'd been hinting about for months. Everyone else got what they wanted, except for Emma. This was the last straw. She'd had enough of their dismissive attitude, their mocking laughter. They had let her down one too many times, and today they were going to pay for it. Emma walked out to the backyard, her small boots crunching over the snow. She made her way to the tool shed and pushed open the creaking door. Her breath fogged up in the icy air as she rummaged through the clutter until her fingers closed around the handle of a heavy, rusty axe. It felt cold and solid in her grip, grounding her in her fury. Today was going to be different. Today, they would learn what it meant to disappoint her. The house was quiet when she stepped back inside. Her mother was upstairs in the guest room, stripping the sheets after her grandparents had left for their flight. Emma could hear the faint humming of her mother's favorite Christmas song as she worked. The sound made Emma's blood boil even more. How dare she be happy when Emma wasn't? Emma crept up the stairs, the axe dragging behind her with a soft, scraping sound. Her mother didn't even turn around as Emma stepped into the room. "Hey, sweetie, can you grab the..." That was all she managed to say before Emma swung the axe. It connected with a sickening thud, cutting off her mother's words mid-sentence. She didn't stop. The first strike was followed by another and another. It took only 5 blows for her mother to stop moving, but Emma kept going. 40 strikes in total, just to be sure. The rage didn't leave her as she wiped her face with the back of her hand, smearing blood across her cheek. She felt lighter, almost euphoric. One down, one to go. She stomped down the stairs, her small frame trembling with adrenaline. Her father was dozing on the couch, snoring lightly. He'd taken out his hearing aids, oblivious to the massacre that had just happened upstairs. He had no idea. Emma stood over him, watching him sleep for a moment. How peaceful he looked, with no clue of what was coming. She poked him hard in the shoulder. "Wake up, Daddy," she sang sweetly. He opened his eyes, blinking in confusion. It took a second for him to process the sight in front of him. His daughter, her hair wild and tangled, her white dress splattered with blood, and that mad, gleeful sparkle in her eyes. He opened his mouth to scream, but it was already too late. The axe fell before he could say a word. "Emma, no! Stop!" He managed to choke out, but she didn't listen. His pleas only made her swing harder. She brought the axe down over and over, 41 times in total, just to make absolutely sure he wouldn't be getting up again. The house was silent now, except for the soft crackle of the fireplace and the distant sound of Christmas music playing on the stereo. Emma dropped the axe on the floor, wiping her hands on her ruined dress. She looked around the room, taking in the sight of her father's lifeless body and the blood splattered across the walls and floor. It was a mess, but it was her mess, and for the first time in years, she felt satisfied. She walked over to the Christmas tree, her tiny feet leaving red footprints on the carpet. She picked up one of the plastic toy ponies and smiled. Maybe this year she'd finally get what she really wanted. After all, there was no one left to say no. If you enjoyed this story,